Hello guys, I'm so excited that finally I have just received my new book, The Bible of Bodybuilding. It's a book that consists of 400 pages. You can purchase this book on Amazon, and this book contains my former other books, The PDs Using Sports and the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, plus the Training, Nutrition, Supplementation, but also including extra features, Q&As about gear, about HRT, but also a quiz regarding supplements, diet, and of course PEDs. So the Bible of Bodybuilding on Amazon, both on ebook and Kindle version.
Hey everybody, welcome to Ask Dr. Testosterone, starring Dr. George Ciallis, brought to you by his book, The Bible of Bodybuilding, available on Amazon.com. We can also get my awesome book, Real Bodybuilding. Pick it up. And now all the way from Athens, Greece, please welcome the man himself, Dr. George Ciallis. Good morning, George, or good afternoon.
Good morning, Ron. Let's wish speedy recovery and get well soon for Josh, Thomas.
Yeah, for people that don't know, Giles Thomas, who is very important part of MD, he has the MD Global Muscle Show. Him and Lauren, they produced the Buff Bombshell Show, the Wellness Watch. He had a heart attack while he was emceeing his first pro bodybuilding contest in Limerick Island over the weekend, this past weekend. So he's recovering. He's still in the hospital in Ireland, but hopefully everything's going to be okay. And we wish him to hopefully.
We can have him on the show, as a guest a few weeks later.
Yeah. When he's feeling better for sure. But right now we just send our thoughts and prayers for very, very speedy recovery. So yeah, I was at the Indy Pro all weekend in Indianapolis. We have a new champion, Blessing Awodibu. A guy, the boogeyman. A lot of people wrote him off last year saying he's a YouTube.
What's his origin? He's pure a Native American?
No, he's from Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
And I think when he was 9 years old, he moved to Dublin, Ireland. And then 2 years ago, he moved to Florida. So he's been here. He's got a very odd accent. It's like an African Irish, and now he's starting to get like an American accent too.
I like his separation and his roundness of the muscle, his symmetry. The structure is good.
Yeah, very wide. Yeah. It's super wide. If you stand next to him.
But good V taper, no gut, good separation definition.
Yeah. He's on his way. He just needs, he's a work in progress, and he's so much better than he was a year ago. So congratulations to him. All right. You ready for some questions, Doc?
Yes.
Here's the first one. I like this one. Can you take Cialis or Tadalafil 5 to 10 milligrams a day for life if you're on TRT?
No, the reason to take those drugs is because you have an erectile dysfunction. Those drugs were made for the elderly people that have vascular issues in the cavernous bodies of the penis. Atherosclerosis, diabetes, create vasculopathy. Now, in endothelium. Now, you have to know that testosterone releases nitric oxide itself as those drugs to the 5-phosphodiesterase inhibitors.
Yeah.
Of course, you want to show off to your girlfriend. You may use a reasonable amount, but occasionally, for life, the only way to justify the Cialis, the Tadalafil use is the stenosis of the posterior portion of the urethra under BPH. That's why Connor also supported that, because it vasodilates, it can also relieve the stress symptom of the stenosis during the urination, the difficulty.
Yep.
And I guess, yes, this can be justified. But come on, to have sex all the way, I don't think there's a reason for that. However, middle-aged men who follow TRT usually do not respond that good into replacement therapy in erections, because they have created, as Thomas said, elevated A1C, elevated LDL, elevated, total cholesterol that leads to calcium score and the thermotic plaque. That's why they need to be implemented into those drugs. Unlike the youngsters that, use the testosterone have very good erections, obviously, because their vascular network hasn't yet established any damage, you know.
Yeah.
So this is an overkill for life. Unless you have VPH, you may use Cialis, which is prolonged release, you know, in 5 milligrams, and you use it every other day because it has some duration.
Yeah. You know, a lot of bodybuilders, myself included, I started using 5 milligrams a day every day. I think it's been about 6 months now, but
you can do it, Ron, every other day. Don't waste your money.
Okay.
It lasts for 2 days.
Okay.
Okay.
You get better pumps. You really do get better pumps in the
Oh,
gym.
come on, for the sake of this. I mean, it's better, I mean, to improve your erection, but come on, you use also the nitric oxide formulas. Come on, the pre-workouts.
I also like to have very strong erections too. So come on.
Yes.
Because I am 52 years old, for God's sake.
Does it give you any headaches or
no
hypertension? No.
No. You know what? In the past, I remember Viagra. I tried Viagra years ago, like 10, 12 years ago, and that gave me terrible headaches.
Me too. And the curtains turned bluish because I was so stupid. I wanted to impress a MILF with 100 milligrams.
100 milligrams. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Ooh. I was 30. She was 40, you know.
Yeah.
And I wanted to impress you, you know.
God,
and it was a crazy mistake because I felt it was going to explode my head, you know. So severe headache.
Cialis, when I used to take I tried larger doses.
Cialis, no.
It makes me nauseated too. Like I really feel like sick to my stomach, which, you know, you don't want to
sublingually, you know, because if you have eaten fat, it's malabsorbed, it's not absorbed properly.
Gotcha. Okay. Next question is about albuterol, which is similar to clenbuterol. Albuterol for 12 weeks, 2 milligrams 4 times a day, or take 2 micrograms of clen. Is that better than albuterol?
I don't think it's 22 micrograms. It's 20 micrograms because one pill equals 20.
Yeah, I think you forgot.
I never tried Albuterol. You have it in the States. We don't have it in Greece. In Greece, we have the salbutamol inhaler. Okay, which is, as I said before, it's more effective for bronchodilation and relief from the asthmatic crisis compared to the clen. However, the clen has more severe effects in headache, in heart rate, but it's more effective in beta oxidation.
Okay.
And actually, clen is prohibited, but in any dose. But salbutamol is permitted up to a certain dose because obviously it doesn't have this fat burning effect, you know.
Yeah. Albuterol, I only saw it once or twice, and when I saw it, it was in a syrup, like you had to. You know.
Yeah, we used to have clenbuterol syrup also in Greece.
Oh, okay.
It was also with sugar, you know, so we keep avoiding that.
You can put that on your pancakes or your waffles. What a great idea. Okay, guys, you heard it from me first, so I take all the credit. This is a good one for both of us, but of course, you go first. Have you ever had tendonitis when you change the brand of your gear? I have to change my pharma test for an underground test, and a few days after, I had severe pain in my elbows. The MRI shows 2 tendonitis. I've never heard of that.
No, I guess this guy was ripped because the second vial of testosterone was just oil. That's my only guess.
Yeah, but tendonitis, I've never heard of tendonitis. It's got nothing to do with
where in the elbow? I have severe nasty epicondylitis. It's the outer elbow.
Tennis
so
elbow.
Bad, so nasty that I cannot touch the button in the remote control. You know, it hurts. So bad. And well, non-steroidal inflammatory drugs, ice, painkillers, you know, and perhaps some nandrolone.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think it was just a coincidence that he changed gear. I mean, the tendonitis happened from his training and whatnot. It didn't have anything to do with the gear, correct?
No, but he assumes that testosterone covered up this, and when he changed the brand. Now, if he changed the brand and it was covered up with the pharmaceutical grade, then the underground was just oil. Yeah. That's my assumption, you know?
Yeah. So this is when the pain is here on the outside.
Epicondylitis. It's the outer elbow, yes.
Tennis elbow, but we don't play tennis.
Yeah, it's a tennis elbow, yes. Correct.
And when it's here on the inside.
Yeah, the ulnar nerve, yes.
Yeah, they call that golfer's elbow.
And you know, this is nasty because the ulnar nerve passes and gives you electricity pain, shocks.
Yeah, you know, I had terrible tendonitis for years, And I later found out it wasn't tendonitis. I had my tricep half torn. The long head was torn. It's way up here now. Because when I fully tore it back in 2011 and I had it reattached. And when I woke up from surgery, the surgeon said, you know, Mr. Harris, you had blunt ends of your tricep way up here you must have torn that years ago. I'm like, really? I just thought I had tendonitis. I had I had a half torn. I think it was the long head I tore first.
This was before you retired?
Yeah. I had it reattached in 2011. I had tore it 2 or 3 weeks after I competed in a contest. And I had it surgically reattached, and I had my shoulder surgery. I had my shoulder scoped same month. It was like 3 weeks apart, 4 weeks apart exactly. And then I competed 2 years later.
So you've been operated twice, huh? In your life.
Yeah, that's the only 2 surgeries I've ever had, except for, dentals, stuff like that. So not bad. Okay, let's see. So that's tendonitis. Is TRT for female to male transgender as dangerous as blasting steroids is for men, because women's bodies are not designed to have such amounts of testosterone?
Yes, and as a matter of fact, when women have elevated androgens, like in polycystic ovarian syndrome, testosterone, DHEA, they have also insulin resistance. That's why the steroids in women can have the opposite effect, and lead to diabetes, unlike with men.
Wow.
That, oxidize fat and improve insulin sensitivity, and also by building muscle. And of course, increase the blood pressure. I had a case from Israel, a female that wanted to turn to a guy, she approached me with her mother, and she was using testosterone, and she wanted to speed up the hirsutism. So I suggested to use also proviron. Yes.
Did it work?
But I told her, beware of your A1C, don't eat sugar, and sweets, and also your blood pressure. Acne, of course,
Yeah, I've seen not too many in real life, but on TV and stuff, I've seen so many female to male transgenders that look very convincing. You would never know they were a woman.
Well, I want to be fair, I believe the opposite is more appealing. A travesti, surgical operated, you cannot differentiate if he was a guy once upon a time. Some of them, apart from the boobs, the face looks really feminine, Yeah. Okay, sometimes the voice, but a woman, one turns to a guy, I don't think, it would be more predictable.
Thailand has a whole culture of transgenders called ladyboys that are very, very convincing. A lot of them look exactly like a woman. I hope we're not going to get in trouble just for talking about this, but very, very convincing. That's all I'm going to say.
Also in Asia.
Yeah, I think maybe because they're lighter bone structure.
Listen, once upon a time, I was talking with a Portuguese lady, and then on Skype, she told me that she was a guy once upon a time. I couldn't realize that until the moment that she told me, Crazy.
She probably had a high voice like a woman, right?
Not necessarily, but she was, really feminine and attractive,
Yeah.
You cannot realize, Anyway,
I don't want to keep talking about that. We might get the video pulled from YouTube. So here's a good one. Could the oil of the test cause an allergic reaction? I use pharmaceutical Norma. I live in Greece. I've used it like 3 times in the past with no adverse effects, but I use more now, 500 ml. I used up 370 milligrams. Oh, so you must have meant 500 milligrams. I used up 375 milligrams in the past. The leftovers in the syringe, sometimes I drew water on and rubbed them on my skin. Today I noticed I got itchy and flushed in the stomach where I rubbed the oil.
Well, I think it's about contamination issues,
Yeah,
changing the needle and keeping the rest of the oil into the fridge. I think it's castor oil. Okay. I never had a reaction by this, but there was only one patient who started TRT with the Greek version of testosterone. That he had to change it to the cream because of this.
Yeah,
I cannot get. Some people perhaps are allergic to peanut oil, arachic oil, because arachic comes from peanuts. The arachidonic acid is plenty in peanuts, for instance.
Well, he's rubbing the oil on his skin. It's not going to get absorbed that way.
It's crazy, man. This is crazy.
You got to inject that stuff. there's
Well, you know
there's,
how little portion there is testosterone into that 1 ml? Only 250 milligrams in 1,000.
wow.
In 1,000.
Right.
In 1 gram, actually. In a quarter of a gram,
Yeah.
you have 250 milligrams. So it's
Well, it's not the point. The point is he's taking oil that you're supposed to inject, and if there's some left over in the syringe, he's rubbing it on his skin, which that's not gonna do anything.
oh, it's great. No,
Yeah,
or
you need,
you know,
because you need some delivery agent like Androgel has, or those creams. You need something with DMSO, something that penetrates the skin membrane, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So if it's 1 gram, the ampoule, the 1 ml, then 250 milligram means it's 25% of the
Wow.
solution is testosterone. It's not something a lot, something
Okay.
dense.
Cool. All right. Well, our final question. Hello, Doc. I'm 44 years old. I always felt great after working out, but in the last 2 years, I started to feel really stressed and tired after my workout, and I can't do anything else for the rest of the day. It's like my body can't handle the pain. I started to take painkillers. So any advice, Doc? I'm on TRT, 250 milligrams divided per week, and I only train 4 times a week for roughly 45 minutes.
I think you should check your sleep. Sleep from before midnight, 11 to 7. Yeah. Take extra glutamine, leucine, creatine monohydrate also, and complex carbs. I mean, if you don't eat carbs, you have more injuries. Those people who follow keto diet, they cannot recover, It's like an engine that burns out of oil,
Yeah. Okay.
But 250 is a fair dose in order to recover. Most people don't use that much.
Yeah.
So I believe it's supplementation, nutrition, and sleep.
Well, maybe he should check his test levels, go get that looked at. Maybe he needs more. I mean, I heard Thomas O'Connor told me he had one patient.
Rarely, yeah, very rare.
I said, what's the most you've ever had to prescribe?
He was using 600.
600, yeah. One guy, he metabolized.
Well, I assume, Ron, he was 7 feet tall and 350 pounds.
I think he said he was like a CrossFitter. That's what I think he told me, the guy.
Or maybe he was using underground stuff. Come on.
Nah, that's a lot for TRT, 600 even. Yeah, I'm getting so it's my pet peeve. Everyone's saying TRT now for a steroid cycle. They said, I'm on TRT. I said, really? They said, yeah, I'm doing 500 tests, 500 tren. I said, that's not TRT. It is not. No, you're not on TRT. You're on a cycle. You're a blast.
Yeah, they call TRT the bridge when they cruise.
Yeah.
Anyway. Actually, it's more than 200. It's 250. That's what they use.
Yeah. So that'll wrap it up. I'm headed off to New York Pro in a few days. Another big contest.
You move to New York for the show?
No, I'm going to drive down for that. Yeah.
Drive, yes.
So it's like a 4-hour drive. It's no big deal. I like having
you're going to spend the night there, huh?
Yeah, just one Friday and Saturday night, and then I get to go home. India was there for like 4 days. It was a long trip.
Any big names?
I don't know who else is doing it. We're talking on a Monday before the show, and I hope the list comes out this morning because I'm curious to see who else that was not at the Indy show is going to.
Victor will be there. I'm sure you're going to ship Victor. Martinez,
yeah, he always goes. I mean, he always supports that show. He won that years ago. But this one has all the divisions because Indy just had open bodybuilding, 212, and women's bodybuilding. This
Steve will be there.
Yeah, of course. He's the promoter. He better be there.
Yeah, he lives there. That's fine.
Yeah, but he won't be the head judge. He will not be judging.
No Weinberger. Steve Blackman.
Oh, Steve Blackman. I actually asked him. And he's in Long Island. It's a couple hours away from where this is, but he didn't get back to me. I don't know if he
perhaps Jennifer also. She lives in New York, huh?
Yeah, I don't think Jen will go. But Steve might go. He might go to like the judging. He's been there. He's done that before. He hasn't gone to that contest. He's still concerned about the virus and everything too.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's still wearing indoors a mask.
I assume he does. I don't know, but I mean, he's still very concerned about it. Which
about the Indy Pro. I mean, in the Indy Pro.
Oh no masks. And you know what? No masks on the planes. No masks in the airports now.
Oh really? In the planes? Yeah, that's great relief, man. Great.
Because I'd be trying to eat, and then they say put your mask back on. Put your mask back on.
Yeah,
so you have to pull up your mask, put a bite of food in, put your mask back on. Oh,
yeah, while I was traveling to the States, with Kyle Lamb, the flight attendant came over to me while I was sleeping. She told me while I was sleeping, wear your mask.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do that.
Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, they had so many incidents where the passengers got into arguments and even hit the flight attendants and it was always over a mask. All these problems were over people wearing masks or not wanting to wear them. So hopefully that's all done with, and we're past that, at least on airplanes. Anyway, that's it. Thank you, doctor. Appreciate you taking the time. Guys, again, pick up the book, The Bible of Bodybuilding, on Amazon.com. If you have questions for next week's show, please leave them in the comments here. Please share these videos, like the videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, do all that. We appreciate your viewership. And doctor, we appreciate you always sharing all your info and expertise with the people that really need it out there. There's not many people giving this type of info on the internet, especially for free. So thank you so much. All right, guys, we'll see you right here next week on Ask Dr. Testosterone. Thanks for watching.